Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black society. Yeah, yeah.
You said to me during the trial, I was away, I couldn't get to you, and the jury was deciding on the sentence. And you said, jury is deciding punishment as we speak. I wrote back, what is your hope? I was referring to, what do you think would be a fair sentence? And what you wrote back, I will never forget it, because I was with my twins, as you know. And I wrote, what is your hope? And you wrote back that my son will walk through the door again. So it seems to me this whole time you have not been focused on him going to prison for life or him getting a death penalty. It's not been about that. You just want your son to come back through the door.
Yes, but I know the reality.
Man.
And it's a hard pill to swallow.
I told y'all. Now, I just stumbled upon this video, her crying with Jeff Metcalf, the racist Jeff Metcalf that said the watermelon felon that talked about black people that was being racist in the interview. And this is, now he did all that after this, because this is at the time, around the time when, I think, when, he was getting, well, after Karmelo got sentenced. So it might have been around that time. But, the way she treated the Karmelo Anthony case and the way she acted towards Karmelo Anthony, a black male who was accosted by two white males, two big old brothers who was 100 pounds heavier than him, and some more people that tried to rough him up and do whatever the case may be to him. She stood with the Metcalf family. She stood with that family. She stood with them instead of raising Cain about bullying and about the bullies who tried to bully Karmelo Anthony. And he had to defend himself and protect himself from these bullies. Or else, like I said, he'll end up like Nolan Wells from whatever happened to him. She refused to stand with Karmelo Anthony. There was videos her talking about showing Karmelo Anthony walking out. Well, here's Karmelo Anthony. Look at him walking out. She totally went against Karmelo Anthony. And like I said, this young man, we all know this young man was bullied. He was bullied. He was sitting there by himself. And this is the side she should have been on, the side for right. A kid getting bullied by two big bullies who were suspended from school. Okay, there were reports these guys, Austin and Hunter, were suspended from school. They wasn't even supposed to be there. Okay, everybody, the racists tried to say it was Karmelo, but it was actually them. See, they always put out lies to try to support their narrative and make the black person look bad. She was totally against Karmelo Anthony. Totally against Karmelo Anthony. How can we put trust in her now? How can we put trust in Nancy Grace now to keep furthering and doing what's right? Matter of fact, it doesn't matter. You've already went against, because she's a big influence. She could have had a big influence and impact on how people felt about Karmelo Anthony and about him being bullied. But no, she went straight for, I want him locked up. I want him in prison. Just like all the other, I don't know if she's racist or not, but like all of the racists were saying what they wanted to do. They wanted him in prison. You know what I'm saying? Just because there was a white young man that was murdered. You see what I'm saying? I think her doing this Nolan Wells case, I think she's trying to get back on track. You see what I'm saying? She's trying to make herself bounce back from that. Plus, it's a big wave, with the Nolan Wells case. Everyone's talking about it, so it's a big wave. A lot of people do it for views and get a lot of views. I'm not doing it for views. I don't care if I had one view from the talking about Nolan Wells. I want justice. You know what I'm saying? This young man deserves justice. Point blank. Point blank. It's not about views. But when you have someone who constantly go against the black community, like I said, and I'm gonna show videos of when she was investigating and going against Michael Jackson so hard. I'm gonna show you you guys videos of that too. I'm gonna do a video about that next. But she went so extra hard on Karmelo Anthony, so extra hard, and stood, like I said, with the Metcalf family. Some people who we all were definitely against because of how they were and how how everything played out. Okay, and how Jeff Metcalf expressed himself about black people and about Karmelo Anthony afterwards. Talking about watermelon felon, talking about black people, don't work and all this other kind of, and dumb and all this other kind of stuff. And like I said, black people are so quick. We're so quick when, someone Caucasian, and they could have been the racist people, the most racist people. I look at like that kid Neon, how all the black streamers is having him on their stream. And that boy used to say the most racist stuff. He used to be the most racist person in the world. Now, y'all black streamers, y'all want to put him on y'all stream. I'm telling you, we soon forget. We soon forget. Not saying that Nancy Gray is gonna, but sometimes you gotta watch people like that who constantly went against the grain. Constantly. Okay. And now all of a sudden, since there's a wave of everybody talking about Nolan Wells, since there's a wave, now boom, I'm gonna hop on the case. Before all of them try to solve it or whatever case, I'm gonna try to solve it first. You see what I'm saying? Like, nah. But she had a big influence in the beginning when it came to Michael Jackson, when it came to Karmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? She could sway a lot of people's thoughts about things, about right from wrong. Okay? It ain't about just, okay, this is a Caucasian child, so, you know what I'm saying, and he was, murdered and all. No, man, you got to look at the principalities. You got to look at what happened. This young man was accosted by these young men. He was accosted by them. Okay? Told to do something. They're the same age as him. They're not over him. They're not his dad. They're not his teacher. Okay? They had no reason to tell him to move or touch him at all. In any manner. In any manner. Had no reason really to say anything to him about anything. Yet you're all for his father, who's a racist. Jeff Metcalf said some racist things. He said racist things. And when I seen this interview, I'm just crying. And I asked you, how long do you want him to get? And you trying to make Jeff Metcalf seem like he a saint. That man ain't no saint. And you can't make him seem like a saint. He said just what he felt and just what he thought after Karmelo was put in prison. And after that gag was up. He felt just what the hell he thought about black people. And it's our thoughts all along. You taught your sons to hate. like you. You taught them to be like that. And to be bullies. Because your whole interview was a bully interview. Trying to bully black people. And for her to sit there and cry and all that kind of stuff, man, come on, man. Come on. Come on. I seen this interview and I'm like, man, what? You crying with this dude? Talking about, oh, and I was with my twins and I couldn't get to you. And I just, that's what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I asked the question, can we trust her? Can we trust Nancy Grace? That's why I asked that question. That's why I asked that question. Because Karmelo Anthony should be free. And to go against him is crazy. But look at me, y'all like, y'all comment, y'all share. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man, and let me know what y'all think.
Yeah. 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 Black Society.